Hey guys, it's Beth, and welcome to more Fortnite. So, I just finished watching the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, which you can see on the VOD channel. Yeah, I recommend watching my reaction. It's probably the loudest I've been on this channel ever, because I screamed when I saw Wind Waker. I wanted to discuss a couple things about it, and yeah. The first thing that I want to address, because it was kind of hidden away and not announced in the main video, is the pricing is $450, and the games for the exclusives for the Nintendo Switch 2 are going to be around $80. And yes, that is expensive, obviously. And, like $450, that's a lot of money. $80 is also a lot of money. And a lot of people are immediately complaining. And my immediate reaction is, well, you probably shouldn't have voted for a dipshit who decided to cause multiple trade wars at the same time. That inevitably was going to lead to tariffs and price increases for all of us. So, I don't know. Maybe deciding to piss off just random countries that we rely upon for goods like this was a bad idea. But hey, I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about the games themselves. So, first thing I want to address is that, hey, Deltarune was in fact tomorrow. Deltarune's Chapter 3 and 4 are coming out June 5th. They are a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is pretty damn sick. I love Deltarune. I have played it with my girlfriend very extensively now. And I cannot wait to play more of it, or watch her play more of it. Because I really like all the characters, and I'm a big fan of the writing, and it just looks really cool. Maybe one day I'll eventually play it for myself, but for right now I enjoy watching them play it. Then when it comes to other things I'm excited for, another thing my partner loves is Hollow Knight. And we finally got a release date for Hollow Knight Silksong, which is going to be sometime in 2025. Which, it's not a lot, but it's something. And that's a lot more than we've gotten in the past few years for it, so that's pretty cool. I played a little bit of Hollow Knight myself. I didn't get super duper into it because around the same time that I got into around the same time I started playing it, other things happened in my life and it became just not a priority. Yeah. Eventually I would like to go back and play it because it does look quite cool, but, you know, it's a difficult platformer and I'm bad at video games. That's kind of part of the channel. Well, shoot, it looks like most of these places are being taken over already. But let's go into what my favorite announcements were. It's going to sound insane to me, to many people. The thing that I'm the most excited for is the GameCube Nintendo Switch Online stuff. Because here's the thing, I grew up with the GameCube, but it did not sell well. And I didn't have, like, the biggest library of games for it. But, in my opinion, the GameCube has one of the best libraries of games in any system's history. But a lot of those games are just obscenely expensive now because, well, they never released anywhere else, and they didn't sell well on the GameCube. So even at $450, it's still the cheapest place to play games like Chibi Robo, Fire Emblem, Radiant Dawn, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. And of course, playing games like Wind Waker, just like upscaled through emulation on your TV through the Nintendo Switch. You know what? That I'm cool with that. I would have preferred getting HD collections of Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess, and maybe like porting over the 3DS games, but I will take any situation where Wind Waker is presented to me. I'm going to take, because I genuinely love Wind Waker. Wind Waker is one of my favorite games of all time. I also was really excited to see the Mario Kart stuff. It looks like more of that classic Mario Kart. It also looks like Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, which is pretty cool. I did enjoy playing a bit of that on the 360 back in the day. What really stood out to me was just the insane character variety they added. It's like they had the penguin that you throw off a cliff in Mario 64. They had the Moo Moo Meadows cow. Like, they kind of just were like, you know what? Let's do a bit of everything. Like, I have to respect it, frankly. Like, you gotta respect it, frankly. I have no idea where this dude went. Okay, I'm just gonna run then. Yeah, Mario Kart looks great. I'm really interested to see, like, how it feels, how it controls. It's super cool seeing all the different characters, though. Like, that's awesome. I think that's very fun of them to be like, you know what? We're gonna have fun with this. I appreciate whenever Nintendo's like, you know what? We have the opportunity to do something cool. Why don't we? I feel like a lot of game studios decide to not do things. It's like a related topic, Bloodborne. FromSoft is releasing a spiritual successor to Bloodborne as a Nintendo Switch 2 game. And frankly, my statement is, why does it have to be a spiritual successor? Why can't, you know, Sony actually let them use the Bloodborne IP? And the answer is Sony kind of sucks at making decisions. So yeah, instead of a Bloodborne 2, you have Duskblood, the spiritual successor to Bloodborne, which is fine, you know? How are you not dead? The other thing of thermite killed the other thing instantly. Not strange. Yeah, frankly, I gotta respect, the fact that FromSoft was like, you know what, we just want to make Bloodborne, but Sony won't let us make Bloodborne, so we're going to make Bloodborne on our own terms. Oh. Which, you know, like, I that's something you gotta respect, is they were like, you know what, I want to make Bloodborne. We don't have the rights to it. We don't own the IP, technically. Let's just do the next best thing. So that's pretty cool. I've never been the biggest fan of the Soulsborne games personally, but I can admire the everything about them. What I was really surprised about is that Capcom actually didn't fuck up, and they decided, you know what, let's actually put Street Fighter 6 on the system, which is surprising, because typically, with stuff like this, Capcom is hit or miss on whether or not they're going to make a good decision or not. And they made a good decision for once, which is incredibly surprising. Oh, I got shot through a wall, that's fine. It is like the best assault rifle in the game. It's not letting me thank the bus driver, damn. Oh well. So yeah, I can say that, you know, Duskblood / Bloodborne 2, very cool. Hope to see more of it. There's a new Donkey Kong game, and that was sort of like their big announcement. Personally, I've never been a big fan of the Donkey Kong games. I just, they've never fully clicked with me. Like, the one that I liked the most was probably Donkey Kong 64, and I'm pretty sure people are like, that's the worst one, so I don't know. It looks very, like, classic Rare in a lot of its, design and everything, though, which is pretty neat. That is something that is cool to see. But I'm mainly just glad that Nintendo seems to remember that, like, they own Donkey Kong. Because for the longest time, the only thing that Nintendo did with Donkey Kong was spin-offs. And then, like, we got a bit lucky with, like, the Retro Studios, Donkey Kong Country Returns series. But it's still, like, they didn't let themselves evolve past games from the Super Nintendo, which is not really an ideal circumstance. You kinda want, like, your games to be new. So I do think that it's pretty nice to see something new from Donkey Kong, even if I personally am not going to play it, probably. Especially with, like, the new higher pricing. That does not seem like something I'll even, like, it doesn't seem like that's something that I'm going to be able to spend that kind of money on. Like, I have a lot of Nintendo Switch games, I do. But that's because Nintendo Switch games, a lot of times, were between $40 and $50. And, you know, at that lower end, that's, like, two of those Switch games is one Nintendo Switch 2 game. And that's a problem. Like, I'll be completely honest with you, that is... That price is just horrifying to look at. In my opinion, no game should ever be over $60. There's literally no reason for it. It didn't let me fucking run. That's really cool. I wonder if, you know, the blipping around Midas was doing something screwy behind the scenes. Who knows? Let's see, is there anything else I want to call out from the stream that I think is important. Oh yeah, duh. 4K 60 and in docked and 1080 120 in handheld. That's pretty damn good. Like I personally was not expecting anywhere near that level of performance. I was expecting 1440 at best. Hearing that they are actually doing 4K is pretty big, I gotta say. Um, is it like something that really matters for me? No, because I don't own a 4K display. I never have. Uh, I'm partially, like, blind, so there's no real reason to, let's be for real. I can barely see 720 myself, so. What was it that I was thinking? Oh, yeah. But what I thought was funny is that they talked about all these games that are, like, getting the graphics enhancements and stuff, and, like, they were like, oh, this is in 1086, not 1080 this is in 4K 60, this is in 4K 60. And then when they got to the Pokemon, ZA, they specifically went, it will have enhanced graphics and performance, and did not promise any actual numbers, which is funny to me because we all know what that means. It means that it's going to suck. Because, they refuse to let Game Freak have any time to actually develop their games. Because, why would you let, one of the most popular game franchises of all time to have, like, adequate time to develop their games? That would be so weird and fucked up. Also, Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming, Street Fighter 6, Elden Ring. There's a lot. There's a lot of things coming to Nintendo Switch, too. Like, I gotta say, it's impressive. They crammed a lot into that, and here's the thing. You can tell that Nintendo was listening, because almost everything that the fans were asking for has been gotten in the past 2 directs. It's like, Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven is back. Tomodachi Life sequel. And then, of course, there's now, the new Mario Kart. There's now, Silk Song, Deltarune, Bloodborne, and, there's the GameCube support with F-Zero. Like, there's not really anything left that Nintendo has any amount of control over for people to complain about not existing, other than, like, I guess just the Mother series is the only thing left now. Like, that's pretty good. Like, if the only thing that your fans are asking for that you haven't, like, given them is Mother, that's pretty good. Like, you're doing pretty damn good right there. And obviously, like, they don't control when Deltarune or Silk Song gets shown off. But it's clear that they knew they were things that people wanted, so they, put them into their thing. It's like, and also, like, Metroid Prime 4 got showcased again. It's like everything that people wanted, everything that people really frickin' wanted from Nintendo is being addressed. It's like, Kid Icarus and Mother are like the two things where I'm like, yeah, that's like the last things that Nintendo has not answered for yet. Uh, and yes, personally, I'd love to see a new Kid Icarus. And that's mainly just because I have friends who very much like Kid Icarus. Um, myself, I didn't play it on the 3DS, and I definitely didn't play it on the NES or Game Boy. So, it's just something that was never really fully on my radar. I just like Pit and Dark Pit from Smash. They were always very fun characters to play as since they got added. So I would love a new Kid Icarus at some point. That would be awesome. But I feel like that pales in comparison to like how people act of like, oh really, no Rhythm Heaven, really no Tomodachi Life. Like, the people who love those games are very vocal. Like, I think the genuine, like, the only loud crowd left is going to be Mother. And you know that they're going to be furious now because everyone else got their stuff. Just like, what about me? What about me, Nintendo? What about my needs? And then they'll just be like, the series is over. Like, and the fact is, if you love Mother 3, you've already played it. Like, I hate to say it, it's like, I'm sure they don't want to address the fact, like, emulation exists for it, but, like, guys, if you are the world's biggest Mother fan, you have played the damn thing already. Let's be honest. We can't be joking with ourselves and be like, oh yeah, the like Mother fan playing it for the first time. Like, no, that's just it's just not a thing. But yeah, no, I gotta say, damn good direct. And, you know, the one thing I was very disappointed by was, and this is gonna sound weird, they showed off, like, they have a little virtual museum thing for showing off all the features of Nintendo Switch 2. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool pack-in thing. It's not a pack-in. You have to spend money on it. And I'm just like, what? No, why? That makes no sense to me. Like, that should not be something that costs money. That's ridiculous. What? Why is there, like... What am I looking at here? Is this a fucking crypto farm? That's it. Yeah, it's a crypto farm. Okay. Destroy it. Much better. Oh wow, we are almost out of fuel. I don't think we're going to be able to make it to a gas station. Nope. Okay. Damn. Yeah, so what I have to say about the Nintendo Switch 2, looks good, a little bit pricey, but what do you expect? Um, I was expecting it to be like 400. 450 is a little more than I expected, but it's not unreasonable. And, you know, I think through one Direct alone, it already has more games than the PS5. So, yeah, it's not unreasonable, and, you know, that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Is like, is this unreasonable? No? Okay. Then, there's no point in complaining. You're going to get a good product for that money. It's just, you know, it probably could have been less money had it not been for the whole, you know, tariffs on China, Japan, and everything that exists. But hey, I don't know, maybe people will learn to not randomly just vote for uh, insane conservative governments just for the funny. Just like, maybe, you know, don't just, like, vote for someone who's going to cause massive economic downturns because, you know, they have too fragile of an ego to just, you know, let things stay in a status quo of, oh yeah, we're doing pretty okay financially. It's like, oh yeah, you know, we've got good relationships with our neighboring countries and even people we owe debt to across the world. You know, we got pretty decent relationships here. No, just vote for someone who will ruin everything, make everything cost more, and take away your rights. It's a really smart idea that many people haven't, you know. No one's thinking about this. Like, these are very important things that we have to do, I guess. Oh, I expected that to be full. Damn. Yeah, obviously, sarcasm. Don't... Like, the state of the world is fucked, and anyone who says they couldn't see this coming is a liar or a moron. Like, people have been telling you that this is going to happen for years. And guess what? It happened. Oops. Now we're all suffering because of your hubris. And now the gamers cannot purchase the Nintendo Switch 2. Proving once more that gamers should be a protected class. Is this new? I don't recall seeing... Wait a minute, this is that one stage in Mortal Kombat X. I know you. Fuck this tree. Wait, Scorpion's combat kit doesn't actually have a... Oh, that's awesome. It doesn't have any, like, limit. So I can just constantly be doing this shit, and it doesn't drain a meter. That's awesome. As it should be, frankly. Or maybe it's just a glitch. Either way, I'll take it. The fuck are you looking at? So yeah, don't ever vote Republican, and do not buy a PlayStation 5. That is the most important lessons that you can learn today. Republicans are evil, irredeemably so. And the Nintendo Switch 2 is pretty cool. I don't know really what else to say. And I'm not dead yet, so like I'm kind of just like trying to find some people to fight. Oh yeah, there's going to be a Fortnite on Switch 2 is going to have vastly improved performance, which is actually kind of huge because I enjoy playing Fortnite when I'm in bed, too tired and in pain to move. So I'm just going to let them know that I'm coming. They try come and fight me. Ow. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it was someone from the distance. That makes sense.